Lauren Hugelmaier first encountered Matt Phelps during their middle school years, although they were not particularly close at that time. Years later, when both Lauren and Matt reached the age of 26, an unexpected event occurred. Matt, who had not been in contact with Lauren for quite some time, reached out to her via Instagram. Curious about his sudden interest, Lauren accepted his request and began following him back. Intrigued, Matt took the opportunity to explore Lauren's Instagram profile, finding himself liking each of her posts. There was something about Lauren that captivated him, drawing him in. As time went on, Lauren and Matt began to communicate regularly through texts and phone calls. They soon discovered a wealth of common interests, particularly their shared enthusiasm for Harry Potter, Star Wars, and other geek culture. Their conversations were filled with laughter and mutual interests, leading their friendship to evolve into a deeper connection. What particularly attracted Lauren to Matt was his commitment to his faith. Having been raised in a Christian household, her faith was of great significance to her, and she appreciated that Matt shared similar beliefs. This common ground provided her with comfort and reassurance. To those observing, Lauren and Matt appeared to be a couple deeply in love, their relationship radiating joy and happiness, leading others to believe they had found their soulmates. It was only a matter of time before Matt decided to propose. To Lauren Dale, Lauren's father exhibited a profound sense of protectiveness towards his daughter, consistently prioritizing her well-being and safety. The prospect of her marrying someone he scarcely knew caused him considerable unease. Following Lauren and Matt's engagement, their families organized a celebration to honor this joyful occasion. Lauren was elated, donning an exquisite white dress for the event. However, the atmosphere shifted dramatically when Matt's mother arrived in white, an apparent slight towards Lauren. It was clear to all present that Matt's mother disapproved of her son's choice to marry Lauren. Unable to suppress her feelings of frustration and disappointment, Lauren sought out Matt after the engagement party to address his mother's conduct. Nevertheless, Matt brushed aside her concerns, explaining that he had been raised by his grandparents rather than his parents. He further expressed that his relationship with his mother was strained and her opinions held little significance for him. After their engagement, Lauren and Matt decided to move to Raleigh, North Carolina, in 2016. Despite this relocation, they remained steadfast in their Christian values, leading a life guided by their faith. Matt found employment at an in-home care company, where his dedication and hard work earned him the title of Employee of the Month. Lauren took immense pride in her husband's commitment, recognizing that her own contributions were equally vital as she worked tirelessly to support their shared life. Lauren managed to juggle up to 4 additional jobs alongside her full-time position at a Fortune 500 company, seeking ways to enhance their financial security. One of her side endeavors included babysitting, and she also contributed her time in the church nursery, caring for children while their parents attended services. Moreover, Lauren established a side business selling candles, driven by her entrepreneurial spirit to explore diverse opportunities. She was resolute in her pursuit of success in every venture she undertook, as the prospect of owning her own business was particularly appealing, offering the promise of financial independence and the chance to create something of significance. Every Tuesday evening, Lauren and Matt would visit her parents' home for their cherished game night, a weekly tradition they both eagerly anticipated. Matt consistently arrived punctually, enthusiastic about spending quality time with Lauren's family, and he appeared to relish the opportunity to bond with them. In November 2016, Lauren and Matt celebrated their love with a wedding ceremony in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Their special day was filled with joy, laughter, and elements reflecting their shared passion for nerd culture. A particularly charming aspect of the wedding was the incorporation of nerdy themes, with the groomsmen dressed in stylish suits, each wielding lightsabers, transforming the event into a Star Wars wed celebration. However, Shortly after their marriage, cracks began to emerge in their relationship, primarily stemming from Matt's discomfort with certain aspects of Lauren's life. Matt had a close friendship with a male acquaintance from church, which led him to suspect that this friend harbored feelings for Lauren. He expressed concern that their bond was too intimate. In response, Lauren attempted to reassure Matt of her commitment to their marriage, insisting that she had no romantic feelings for this individual. Matt's trust issues stemmed from his past, particularly his first marriage, which ended in betrayal. He disclosed that his former spouse had been unfaithful during a mission trip and, upon her return, revealed that she had never loved him and intended to leave. This experience of betrayal and abandonment left Matt profoundly scarred, causing him to grapple with emotional turmoil for an extended period. As Lauren and Matt's marriage evolved, Matt's demeanor shifted noticeably. He transitioned from being cheerful and satisfied to exhibiting signs of deep unhappiness and depression. It became apparent that he was trapped in a dark emotional state, burdened by unspoken issues. Concurrently, Matt's relationship with his faith began to deteriorate. He appeared increasingly discontent and disengaged from church activities, a decision that struck Lauren deeply, as her faith was of utmost importance to her. She perceived his reluctance to participate in this vital aspect of her life as a significant affront. Lauren observed that Matt seemed to overlook the things she valued, as if his love and appreciation had diminished, creating a widening chasm in their relationship. She yearned for a more profound connection with him. Lauren and her husband had initially built their relationship on shared values and interests. However, Matt appeared increasingly disinterested. He began to exhibit signs of lethargy, which greatly frustrated Lauren, who was juggling multiple jobs to support them. His recurring pattern of securing a job, working for a few weeks, and then quitting abruptly became a significant source of distress for her. What particularly troubled Lauren was Matt's alarming rate of spending their finances, which left her struggling to recuperate the lost funds. Friends and family attempted to help Matt out of his depression, but their efforts were largely ineffective. Rather than seeking assistance or engaging in productive activities, Matt chose to spend countless hours in front of the television, absorbed in video games. This behavior not only jeopardized their financial stability, but also strained their relationship. Feeling overwhelmed by Matt's unusual conduct, Lauren reached out to her mother and sister for support. She confided in them about her exhaustion from working 4 jobs and the discouragement she felt upon returning home to a disorganized house, unwashed laundry, and meals that needed preparation. Meanwhile, Matt seemed to prioritize gaming and frivolous spending, leaving Lauren feeling neglected and burdened. Despite the growing emotional distance and Matt's peculiar behavior, Lauren remained steadfast in her commitment to their marriage, determined to navigate the challenges they faced together. Her dedication was evident in her resolute choice to stand by Matt's side, regardless of the difficulties they encountered. As a couple, she remained resolute in her conviction that their marriage was worth salvaging. Around the time of their 4-month wedding anniversary, Lauren and Matt's relationship was increasingly strained. A notable change that raised alarms was Matt's absence from the Tuesday night game night at Lauren's family home. This decision deeply affected Lauren and her family, as they perceived it as a deliberate act of disrespect. Lauren felt a growing distance from Matt and recognized that a change was imperative. Despite her efforts to express her feelings and concerns, it appeared that Matt was either unresponsive or indifferent. Lauren was troubled by the realization that their marriage was drifting apart, and she was determined not to lose the love they once shared. In her desperation to preserve their marriage, Lauren was open to any solution. Therefore, when Matt suggested a road trip to Bowling Green, Kentucky, where his family resided, she readily agreed, believing that a getaway could help mend their strained relationship and restore it to its former state. Upon their arrival in Bowling Green, they were met with an unexpected situation. They had embarked on the trip alongside Matt's mother, her husband, and his parents. However, the experience did not unfold as they had hoped. Despite their joint arrival, Matt's mother continued to harbor her cold feelings toward Lauren, maintaining an unfriendly demeanor throughout the trip, which created tension among the group. As the journey progressed, Matt's mother organized a photo shoot for the family. The family, including Lauren, was involved in an activity organized by her mother-in-law, which Lauren was eager to participate in, hoping it would improve their relationship. A few days prior to the photo shoot, Matt's mother informed Lauren via text that everyone would be wearing blue. Enthusiastic about the instructions, Lauren went shopping and purchased 2 new blue outfits, one for herself and one for Matt. She looked forward to wearing her chosen outfit and being part of the photo shoot. However, upon arriving at the location, they found that everyone except Lauren and Matt was dressed in white. Confused and disappointed, Lauren sought clarification from Matt's mother. Instead of admitting her error, Matt's mother reacted negatively towards Lauren, implying that the choice to wear blue was hers. Despite Lauren's attempts to explain that she had adhered to the given instructions, Matt's mother escalated the situation, ultimately canceling the photo shoot. Following their return from Bowling Green, Kentucky, the couple's relationship continued to decline, with Matt increasingly isolating himself to write in his journals and exhibiting odd behavior. This change in demeanor concerned Lauren, leading her to suspect that Matt might be misappropriating funds from their Disney savings, especially after she uncovered further troubling signs. Lauren frequently found herself in distressing conversations with her mother, often in tears, as she suspected that Matt was pilfering money from both their vacation fund and her purse. On one occasion, she confided in her mother that she had only enough funds to cover their bills for a single month, leaving her feeling anxious and fearful about their financial situation. This revelation was particularly troubling, as Lauren and Matt were facing a considerable financial challenge less than a year into their marriage. They had initially entered their union with $10,000 in savings, which they believed would provide a strong foundation for their future. However, by this point, their financial stability had deteriorated significantly. Matt's excessive spending habits had rapidly depleted their resources. One evening, after a long day at work, Lauren returned home and texted Matt regarding their dinner plans. During this exchange, she mentioned that a female co-worker had visited their home earlier that day. This visit raised concerns for Lauren, especially given the already strained nature of her marriage to Matt. She found herself questioning whether she should be worried about a woman seeking out her husband in their home. As her unease intensified, she began to reflect on the circumstances surrounding Matt's first marriage. Driven by a need to uncover the truth, she resolved to investigate further. Matt and his first wife, Brooke Truitt, had met in college and were once college sweethearts. After dating for 2 years, Matt had proposed to Brooke, and they soon married. Brooke and Matt were married, but Brooke later revealed that Matt had cheated early in their relationship. Matt admitted to Brooke that he had kissed another girl. Although deeply hurt, Brooke eventually forgave him. The second instance of infidelity occurred just before their wedding, during which Matt pleaded for Brooke's forgiveness, and she ultimately chose to marry him. However, after their marriage, their relationship quickly became strained. Brooke accused Matt of spending money on unnecessary items, despite her working 40 hours a week to support them. The ongoing tension in their marriage took a significant toll, leading to emotional distance and a gradual drift apart. Eventually, Matt and Brooke divorced. In a surprising turn of events, Lauren revealed to her parents that it was Matt, not his ex-wife, who had cheated during his first marriage. Her family, filled with anger and a sense of betrayal, feared the potential consequences from Lauren's protective father if they disclosed the truth, leading them to remain silent. As Lauren and Matt's marriage continued to decline, her frustration with him intensified. The revelation of yet another betrayal shattered their already fragile trust. Just when Lauren believed she could restore her faith in their marriage, she discovered that Matt had once again violated her trust concerning their finances. Upon reviewing their latest credit card statement, she found that Matt had spent $11,200 on video games and an additional $1,100 on gift cards, showcasing his impulsive spending habits. Purchases made without Lauren's awareness or approval only intensified her frustration and amplified her concerns regarding Matt's dedication to their marriage. Despite Matt's ongoing breaches of trust, Lauren was resolute in her determination to salvage their relationship. The notion of divorce was far from her mind, as she was fully committed to making their marriage work. Consequently, she resolved to organize an intervention with her mother and sister to address Matt's excessive spending habits. During this intervention, Lauren, along with her mother and sister, aimed to formulate a strategy to manage both Matt's and Lauren's financial situation. Matt displayed a positive attitude and expressed a sincere desire to resolve their financial difficulties, appearing genuinely committed to enacting positive changes within their marriage. However, on August 31, 2017, the same woman with whom Matt had previously worked unexpectedly arrived at their doorstep, catching Lauren off guard and causing her distress, especially since their relationship had been improving. Matt informed Lauren that he was leaving with this woman, stating that she required his assistance. This decision infuriated Lauren, prompting her to frantically text and call him, but Matt chose not to respond. In her anger, Lauren confided in her sister, expressing her belief that Matt was destroying her life and declaring that their relationship was over. She also mentioned that she had communicated her intention to end their relationship. In the early hours of September 1, 2017, a 911 call was made. A dispatcher was on the line with Matt Phelps, who conveyed a chilling message. "I think I killed my wife. I had a dream, and when I turned on the lights, she was dead on the floor. I have blood all over me, and there's a bloody knife on the bed. I think I did it. She's not moving. Oh my God, I'm so scared. She didn't deserve this." Matt's voice trembled with fear and panic, revealing his uncertainty, shock and guilt throughout the conversation with the dispatcher. He elaborated on the circumstances that might have led to his wife's death, mentioning that he had taken Coricidin cough and cold medicine, possibly in excessive amounts. He explained that he used the medication to alleviate symptoms and improve his sleep. Coricidin is an over-the-counter remedy commonly utilized for cold and flu symptoms, containing a mix of antihistamines, decongestants, and pain relievers to ease nasal congestion, cough, and sore throat. However, it is important to note that Coricidin can lead to side effects such as drowsiness, dizziness, and confusion, particularly when consumed in large doses or in conjunction with other drugs. Shortly after Matt's 911 call, the Raleigh Police Department arrived at their residence, where they found him on the front steps. The officers took him into custody for his safety. Upon entering the home, they were met with a gruesome scene in the master bedroom, where Lauren was discovered. A lifeless body lay in the fetal position on the bedroom floor, creating a gruesome scene marked by blood splattered across the carpet, walls, comforter, and bed. Even the most experienced police officers found the sight profoundly disturbing. The sheer volume of blood, alongside Lauren's motionless form, painted a harrowing tableau. Crime scene investigators soon arrived to commence their thorough task of gathering every piece of evidence. They meticulously scrutinized every corner of the residence, searching for clues that could shed light on the events of that fateful night. The investigators carefully documented the scene, capturing photographs, collecting samples, and retrieving any physical items that seemed pertinent to the investigation. As the crime scene team continued their evidence search within Matt and Lauren's home, police officers faced the challenging duty of visiting Lauren's family to deliver the tragic news of their daughter's death. Upon knocking, they were met by Lauren's mother, who inquired if something was wrong with her daughter. With a heavy heart, the officer responded affirmatively. Lauren's mother, her heart racing, pressed for more information, asking if her daughter was dead. The officer confirmed the grim reality. Overcome with grief, she then posed the most crucial question: did Matt kill Lauren? With a heavy heart, the officer confirmed her worst fears, stating that he did. The devastating news awakened Lauren's sister, who was jolted from sleep by her mother's anguished screams, filled with shock and horror as she rushed down the stairs. Upon reaching the bottom of the staircase, the police officers stood at the front door, confirming her worst fears: her sister was deceased. At the police station, Matt was interrogated regarding his potential involvement in his wife's murder. However, he ultimately opted to request legal representation, which led to the cessation of the questioning. Following this request, the police proceeded to transport Matt to the hospital for a blood test to ascertain whether he was under the influence of a substance known as coracidin at the time of the murder. After the blood test, Matt was taken to the county jail, where he was formally charged with murder. In the aftermath of his arrest, the police conducted a meticulous investigation of his journals and electronic devices to uncover any further evidence that might indicate a motive for the alleged murder of his wife. During their examination of his internet history, the officers identified a troubling pattern. In the weeks preceding Lauren's death, Matt had been researching topics related to codeine and its effects when combined with alcohol. Additionally, the police uncovered a clandestine Instagram account belonging to Matt, which contained numerous posts concerning themes of death, the devil, and the notorious film American Psycho. These posts featured violent anti-Christian imagery that starkly contrasted with the public persona he maintained as an aspiring pastor. The toxicology report revealed that Matt had a minor amount of cold medication in his system. However, it was not at a level that would have induced hallucinations. This finding added another layer to the investigation. Additional evidence, bolstering the assertion that Matt was coherent and not under the influence of any substances at the time of Lauren's death, is found in the autopsy report. It indicated that Lauren was asleep on her side when Matt entered the room and inflicted a stab wound to her side. Following this initial attack, Matthew rolled Lauren over and proceeded to stab her multiple times in the face. The autopsy findings further revealed that Lauren fought for her life, as evidenced by several defensive wounds on her arms, indicating her attempts to protect herself. In total, Lauren suffered 123 stab wounds. On October 5, 2018, Matthew Phelps entered a guilty plea for the first-degree murder of his wife, Lauren, and was subsequently sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. During the sentencing hearing, Phelps addressed his former in-laws, expressing deep remorse and regret for his actions. He acknowledged the gravity of his crime, articulating feelings of overwhelming guilt and shame, and referred to himself as a monster, underscoring that his actions were senseless and devoid of any rational justification. Lauren's mother addressed the court, stating that Lauren was beautiful both inside and out, and lamented that the actions of Matthew James Phelps have irrevocably altered her life.